your mind?
What the fuck you know about what I need on my mind, motherfucker? My name was on the street. And we bounce from this shit here, I'm gonna go down in them corners, let them people know. Word did not get back to me. Let them know Marlo stepped to any motherfucker, Omar, Barksdale, whoever. My name is my name.
Young Hov in the house is so necessary. Green Lantern house is so necessary. Why your front know me? Is that necessary?
You know you become a star because you're the biggest target out there. Right? When everyone's on the court, they're coming for you. When the opposing player walks into the arena, they're thinking about upstaging you. You're like a trophy to them. They're thinking, if I'm better than this guy, the spotlight turns on me. So you know you're a superstar because if you're a marked man, everyone's coming for you.
Inspired by Bosky, out my chariot to fire. Everybody took shots, hit my body up tired. Build me up, break me down, build me up again. Like,
hope we want you back so we can kill your ass again. Whole got flow, but he's no big and pop. Though these folks are supposed to win, they got me fight the ghost. Hey! Get their heads with the same sword they make. Hey, good night you with. What up? Come on now. Fuck you, record labels and YouTube. Can't flag this one. Hey. Mixtape shit. Real hip hop. Before the labels came in and fucked everything up. Suicide is a suicide. Hey. How y'all feeling this week, man? Media metal. Every step you take, they remind you ghetto. So it's tough being Bobby Brown. To be Bobby then, you gotta be Bobby now.
And the question is to have had enough better than not having it all.
Because dog. Get their heads hey. Most kings get their heads cut off. Greetings. And what up, dog? I go by the name of, if you're watching the show, you know. Let's get this show started, man. It's with deep regret that I even got to start this episode like this with another rest in privilege to a fallen legend, man. Black Rob of Like Whoa. The song is Whoa, but Like Whoa fan, because most of y'all might not know it as Whoa. Bad Boy Records. I don't even know where to start with this one, man. For me, this is an album. He created the album Life Story that it was significant for me because it's one of them ones. Black Rob has a story of pain, and I particularly like artists that come from stories of pain. So to me, this is an underrated, very, very, very underrated classic in hip-hop history. It's one of the albums from start to finish that I can throw on whenever I'm in the mood. And he has, I think the second album was The Rob Report, but he has a discography longer than that, but that's a significant album. But I point that out just for recognition of who he is as a legend in hip hop, but let's get off that for a second. First and foremost, if I haven't said it, my prayers and condolences are with the family and the loved ones of Black Rob, his kids, his significant other, if he had one, his kids, anybody affected as close to this man that dealt with him on a regular basis and had linear attachments to this man. Now, fans affected, condolences to everybody as well as we feel as a nation. But let's subtract him being a hip hop star because we talk about these people for the significant contributions that they've put into this world. But beyond that, man, these are people. These are people that bleed just like me and you. They die, they live and die just like we all do, right? And as a person, we seen Black Rob struggling with his health. We seen him struggling with his finances. And for me, I'm a little pissed off by that people that can make such a big contribution in a way that can make people millions and millions of dollars end up like Black Rob ended up, or like DMX ended up with Now, we can't get around their issues or whatever habits they might have had, but that's a personal thing with them, and it ain't our business. Every person has the right to be the person they want to be, but I feel like if you contribute something like that and you still making people money, because we can't turn on an NBA game without hearing like whoa playing in that stadium or that arena. You hear it every time you watch a game. I've not watched an NBA game in the last 20 years and not heard like whoa. So he's still making people money. Yet, when he passed, he just did a video and he was homeless. He was struggling with his health. He was trying to get help. How in the fuck did Black Rob make all these people so much money and he was struggling in the end? That's the story of most artists, and I'm tired of that. It's the reason why I get flagged on YouTube when I post a Lil Nas X song or something. They own our culture. How in the fuck do they get to own something from which they didn't come from these conditions? I got a problem with that. And we could throw it at Puffy and all of that. I don't know their relationship. I don't know what business they had in Iran. I don't know. Puffy ain't obligated to do a thing. So I can't sit here and say Puff should have did or what no other grown man should have done. I know that I have an issue with him going out like that or X going out like that. I got a problem with that. And I hope that Puff really was working with them or whatever the case. I'm not all of that ain't my business. Just rest in peace to Black Rob, man. But I'm tired of these motherfuckers taking our culture for their own and just making it. It shouldn't even be hard for people to get in these industries and be able to make something out of their life and get their families out telling our stories. If you're good at it, if you're talented, if you got a gift. And I'm glad to see the industry changing and it going beyond that and people making their own money and completely circumventing the labels, but nah, man. I don't like the way this is playing out. Now, with that out the way and just me having to lift my spirits up in that moment. Hey y'all, it's 420. Happy 420 today. Hey, I got that bubbly. Now, this is something I do randomly to lift my own spirits, because I ain't fucking with the bubbly, nothing to drink, but I am an advocate for cannabis. And as a person who struggled with addiction in its own, man, nobody never had no weed habit. I know people who've been smoking weed forever. They can stop it if they wanted to. Now, you might have some people that smoke weed that's lazy as hell. They got a counterproductive habit, but ain't no weed making you, Anyway, with 420 being the day, we got some shit going on tonight. Versus, we have the ultimate 420 verses, man, with Red and Meth squaring off in this competitive form. Now, we know it's going to be a celebration and the culture wins, but me personally, I like the competitive aspect of it. And I'm gonna always do that. I'm a versus behind because I haven't caught the Isleys and Earth, Wind, and Fire. And I'm gonna throw that on one of these good clean-up weekend days. And I'm sure that was a good vibe. And I saw everybody's energy from that. I'm sure it was a celebration and the culture won. But I'm still counting them joints. It's only a few verses that I didn't. I think Erica and Jill. It's a couple of them. I can't remember, but it's a couple of them that I was just like, all right, I'm not counting. Ghost and Ray, I didn't count that. And this may be very much in the vein of Ghost and Ray. A Meth and Red concert. Now, yeah, we can still, song for song that boy though. And when I was going at it at first, I've been going through their catalog in my mind. And I had Meth taking it easy. Then I started playing some of that Red in my mind, and I'm like, I don't know. Red got 3 classics, man. And I don't think Meth has any classic albums, but maybe Tekel 2, maybe? Or the first one? Maybe one of them first 2 was a classic. But Meth is on so many classic records. Meth has so many classic moments in hip-hop. He got the Wu-Tang bag, man. So, and Red Man got Def Squad and EPMD and all. Man, this is going to be a good night for a hip-hop head, especially if you're a hip-hop head stoner. So, tell me who y'all think going to win or who y'all think won when it goes off tonight, or Any of that good stuff, man, share. Let me know what's up. I would have liked to see Bone Thugs in a 420, but everybody had them with 36 Mafia. Who else could you really put Bone Thugs against? Because Bone Thugs Cypher's Hell ain't fair. Bone Thugs don't really have, like, who else can they compete with? But beyond that, we'll just see that when we get to that. Let me know how y'all feel about the verses tonight, man. Let me know who y'all got going into this. Or how y'all feel about it in general. But before I get out of here, let me first acknowledge my mans, Rome, T-Rome, guy in Detroit, my barber, with the dope haircut dealer merch. Y'all can go check that out. I'll sprinkle all of his locations around here, so y'all can go follow that man. He nice with the cut, coldest in Detroit, if you ask me. And he got a brand, big brand. So go check out my man and get that dope haircut dealer merch. Pretty nice. Now, peace, King. That's what I'm trying to, get into more as I try to relinquish the word nigga from my vernacular. That's not the easiest thing to do, and it's been indoctrinated in me since I was born, but I'm trying to stop saying that word. But I don't, and I'll be wanting to call everybody kings, but the more I approach some of you niggas, a lot of y'all don't exude royal energy, so I can't just be calling you niggas kings and y'all ain't that. And what made me think about that is, I saw my cousin on Facebook, and his name is King something, and he was talking, whatever. But he was talking some gibberish, and it just took me to a place where I went on Facebook and I just searched King to see how many people I know have King in their nickname or in their name and whatnot. And it was a lot of them. It's an abundance of kings. There's a lot of you king niggas, and a lot of you niggas don't exude king energy. So I started looking into, I'm a history buff. I started looking into the history of kings and all these different kings and just different types of kings, right? First and foremost, how you niggas a king without a kingdom? Where's your congregation? Who looks at you like that? Now, I know how my family view me because I command a certain presence from my daughters because, you know what? Hold on. Because I don't be feeling like I'm a king per se all the time, right? Like the other day, I'm in the mirror. I counted 11 razor bumps on my neck. I'm like, king ain't king shit. I got 11 razor bumps. I need to be taking care of my skin better. Because as a king, my skin should be looking immaculate, correct? My belly getting a little bigger, it means I'm not exercising. A baller belly getting a little too ballerish. I'm not exercising any couth with how I eat sometimes. Sometimes I want to indulge. That's my thing. Since I've put down drinking, sometimes I indulge in eating too damn much. It's not king shit. So I don't even walk around with that chip on my own shoulder. Like, I'm King Uncle Vick. Uncle Van Glorious King. Like, and I'm not saying anything's wrong with people who feel like that. But there's nothing's wrong with being confident in yourself. But there's something wrong with presenting king energy without following with king action. As a young man, I was that way. It's a lot of niggas that way right now in some woman house, sitting on the couch with his feet stink, drinking up all the high C of the Capri Suns, waiting on old girl to bring you a 1-7 home so you can smoke that little cheap weed and whatnot and play all her kids' video games. You then walking around like, respect me like I'm a king. No, nigga, you ain't king. Ain't nothing king. Ain't nothing royal about that. Now, that's the problem I have. I see my cousin on Facebook, he talking, this nigga always talking about how you need a good woman and all that. If you exuded a certain type of energy, you'd find them. Quit chasing shit. That ain't what kings do. But, and I ain't no slight to him. It's just, I see a lot of people that, they walk around with this king bravado, but what's really royal about you? Like if niggas living fly and they buying the best of high-end fashion, or they fly, they eating out to the best of restaurants, and they living that life. That's cool. Have fun. Do what makes you happy. You only get one life to live, so enjoy it. I'm not mad at nobody presenting that, but I just want people to be aware. If you're going to call yourself king, be aware of what makes us kings. I've looked into the history of kings, right? And I thought about there are different types of kings. So I can't say a nigga ain't a king because he spend too much money at Benihana and buy Gucci all the time, and maybe that make him a king. But there could be catastrophic results to you exuding this king energy. First and foremost, it commands a certain amount of hate. So if you be aware of the opposition, because kings were not always kings. They usually fought for the kingdom before they became kings. Now, a lot of them was born into it, but you got to go out there and fight for your kingdom. So if you are not willing to stand for something and call yourself a king, then how are you? Where are you a king? Matter of fact, let me get into my shit, man, because I ain't finna sit here. My mama understand, like, I ain't got no king energy coming out of me. I know who I am, but I'm also aware that I can be better, because that's what a real king does. Because if you just walk around and you're a tyrant and you just command and respect like somebody owe you praise, and you don't do anything for the people that look up to you, like your kids and your woman or whoever the case may be, your mama, your whoever, if people ain't looking at you with a certain reverence, then how much of our king are you? If we just living a life and getting fly and spending money and balling out and buying the best liquor and smoking the best weed and fucking the best women and all of that, then, I mean, I guess you live the life of a king, but what's the end result? Dying of king's disease? That the end result? Because, I mean, that's a thing, too. I see niggas think that's a cool thing because Nas made an album, and there was a whole meaning behind that of you could suffer from success too much. You can indulge in excess too much. You can kill yourself kinging too much. So just be aware, man. If you're going to be out here living king shit, exude king energy, and this ain't me preaching to nobody, man, because everybody could do what the fuck they want to do. But just, I'm always preaching awareness on this thing. I'm not the most knowledgeable person, and I don't want to get up here like Vick is so smarter than everybody, because I don't think I'm that smart, honestly. But I am very self-aware of who I am, and that's a blessing that I've had bestowed upon me since I was a little boy. I've been the same nigga since I was 5 years old. Luckily, there was chips in the armor and detours along the way, but for the most part, man, you was who you was when you got here. So, just with that being said, man, if you're gonna exude this king shit, or if you're gonna present this king presentation, if you're gonna give this king presentation, just be more supportive and mindful of what's happening around you, man. Exude king energy if you're gonna really do that, man. That's all I gotta say about that. And before I get out of here, you know, I'm gonna touch on a little bit of music shit before I get out of here. There hasn't been much music this year that has really made me excited about anything, honestly. I guess everybody trying to get through this pandemic as much as they can, but I ain't really heard, it's almost May and I don't even have an album of the year list. I don't have one album in contention for album of the year. So it ain't really much to talk about musically. But I do follow bars on I-95 because I love to hear bars. And it's a young lady out of Atlanta, I think, somewhere in the South. This young lady named Amaretta, who I just followed on Twitter just to keep following her, just to get updates on what she got going on. Went and found her page. She had a project from a couple years ago and some music, but she went on I-95 and she got busy. She got busy. And what I like about her the most is she's very Southern. She very, everything that you think of a young person from the South right now. But girl got bars. The girl can rap her ass off.
Most you niggas street punks. Slide to the curb, young Tinder, use a big pussy. I be on my grind, bars heavy, niggas hating. I be speaking with my chest, so aggressive, have your bitch looking big bully. I do what I want, who gon' stop me? Big bangers. I just got one question, who can top me? Whipping up the beat and I'ma slaughter it to death. And please cut the rap count, but ain't no bodies on your belt, use a bitch. And everybody know that. Loyalty is rare, how I know, cause baby, everybody show that. I just need a chance, I'ma show 'em who the best be. Put up that little stack, boy, that shit do not impress me. Raised by some wolves, so I'm mobbing when the time right. Best they ever do it, they gon' hate me in the limelight. Fuck if you're hating, and I mean that sincerely. Bottom of my heart shit, raised in apartments. Real hood, baby, I was raised by by the sharks, bitch. Real rap, tell you I ain't
And she has a story, and I like that. There's a lot of hit records and the people that are exciting that you want to party to their music, but to me, the most impactful artists are the ones that have a story. Shout out to Black Rob. Rest in peace, King. Now, with that being said, check out Amaretta, man. Follow her joints, man. I'll throw it up in here and go listen to her. She got really good music. Really good music. I can't wait to hear more from this young lady. The future looks bright if we get more youngins out here with a story and a passion to rap like that. So, I think that's all for music. Conway dropped last week, but we know what Conway and them do, so yeah, that'll probably be in contention for Album of the Year, because Griselda don't never put out a project that ain't in contention for Album of the Year. And that's just that. But there's no Wacko of the Week this week. If y'all would like to, you could throw your own Wacko of the Week. I keep asking for interaction, man. I got a page. I got an Instagram. I got comments up under here. Tell me who y'all like. Tell me about your boss. Your boss might be a Wacko of the Week. Your girlfriend and your boyfriend might be Wacko of the Week, man. I don't really have one this week. But I do see the babies trending on Twitter. So let me see what this man's doing, because I see everybody clowning him. So this may be some Wacko potential before we get out of here. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on with the baby, y'all.
You gonna comb your head. You gonna go nip this in the bud in a week. We gonna pay all that for that flight. You gonna comb your head. Straight up, that dog. You gonna pay all that. You gonna comb your head. That's the least you can do. That's the least you can do, nigga. Bottom line.
Come on.
We don't
okay. The baby's getting killed on Twitter right now because it looked like he was private jetting, and the flight attendant seemed to be having a bad hair day, bad head maybe. And this Negro got the phone on her talking about, y'all heard it. I don't know if y'all could hear what he was saying, but basically he was saying, you gonna comb your head before you come to work. He just cracking jokes, shooting the shit. Now, I'm not gonna give him Wacko of the Week for that per se, but there's a teachable moment in this. And I'm always about the teachable moment. And for me, the moment would be, dog, what's going on with the cell phone? Like, you could have cracked the joke amongst your friends or whatever the case, or even got on the gram and cracked the joke. But when you go put this lady on the phone, that's the problem, bro. You got a million, I don't know how many you got, but I'm sure you got millions of followers. You're a pop star. So you got millions of followers. And yes, she has a COVID mask on, but this lady is at work trying to do her job, just go support her lifestyle. And you putting a phone on her. She got loved ones. She got kids or grandkids. I don't know this lady, so I can't say what she has. She might not have any family at all, but everybody got somebody that loved them on earth. And if you don't, I'm sorry to hear that. And I pray that you have that, because everybody should have at least one person that love them. Now, dog, what if one of her kids, because you famous, people know you. What if you don't know who she know? What if somebody see you and want to jap your ass or do something to you for putting their auntie or their mama on social media to your following to ridicule her? It's a problem. There's a problem, because I didn't even find the joke. Like, the joke was funny to me, I guess. But I don't even have a problem with the joke. I had a problem with this, because like I said, there's always a deeper conversation to be had. I had a problem with this generation always using technology. Like, even I had to cuss out my nieces and my daughter a few weeks ago for me. We FaceTiming, and they taking still shots at me while I'm eating, talking to them. And I had to cuss them out, because I'm not from that era of put everything on camera or everything in a phone. Don't put me on no fucking camera without my consent. There needs to be some sort of laws or something in place for that. For people to just be violent, even if it's celebrities or whoever. You shouldn't just be able to pick your phone up and record people without their knowledge. Or you shouldn't be able to do it. That's a problem. This new school shit that we do, we record everything. My kids do it. And I'm not saying that it's completely wrong, because without it, we wouldn't be able to expose these Ku Klux crackers when they abusing us and all of that, abusing their power. Like, but at the same time, there needs to be a balance of that. When these kids have situations, they record everything. Now, I got a bunch of daughters. I told them the other day, yo, while one of y'all recording, somebody else need to be whooping somebody's ass if something's happening, or taking the action that needs to be taken to make sure everybody's safe and everybody's defended properly. The same thing with George Floyd. I don't know how many people were out there, but there were some people recording. There should have been some sort of intervention. There needs to be, we need to stop taking our cameras out for everything. It could be one or two or however many people recording, but there should be more people trying to help situations. That has nothing to do with what's going on with the baby, but I just felt the need to say that. Taking these fucking phones out for everybody and everything. But that's where he went wrong at, man. Putting that lady on the camera. So I guess that's very questionable as far as Wacko of the Week goes. So that's that, man. I don't have much more to say. Y'all know what time it is. If y'all like this, like it. Like the video. Share it. Share it to somebody's DM. Yo, Vick got a pod or Vick got a show. It's dope. If you like it. Because if you like it, chances are somebody you know will like it too. Like minds, great minds, man. So share, like, subscribe, comment, interact. Do all that good stuff. Hey, man. It's love, man. And y'all know what time it is. We all weirdos. Calling other weirdos weirdos. And that's just how the story goes. So don't just do it for the likes, man. Like what you do. Uncle Vick out.
B-Rob, high post MC, quick to spray raid on the roach MC. So don't be approaching me without the cross and rosary. Who this supposed to be out in the open beat? Damn black, how you do that there? Cause we don't care, I'll take